Good 26th of September on a early fall, cloudy, high overcast with seasonably comfortable temperatures of 66 degrees from just outside the great state of Michigan in the communist country of Canada. This is International Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing, your most trusted source for blockchain technology and XRP and cryptocurrency breaking news and updates here on social media and YouTube. Bell notification, like the channel, subscribe, and share, right? But we're going to take this quick lunchtime update here as it's breaking XRP and not XRP, but Bitcoin news and cryptocurrency that the NSA in the United States government came up with the facade of uh, the Bitcoin and the crypto, and they're saying they don't know who's Sanaki Nakamaka or whatever his name is, Satoshi Nakamoto. They're saying they don't know who he is, but people are saying, and there seems to be some sort of evidence that the United States government, like a lot of people, me, myself, and a bunch of other individuals, think that they are the ones that created the cryptocurrency. The essay, How to Make a Mint, the cryptograph of anonymous electronic cash, right? Suzanne Sabat, Jerry Salinas, table of contents. What is electric cash? Electric payments, security of electric payments, electric cash, counterfeiting, cryptographic description, public key, cryptographic tool, right? A base electronic cash protocol. Table 3, including identifying information, authorization and signature techniques, right? Divisible, transferable. The research essay was prepared by the NSA employee of a study of cryptograph. The content of the report does not necessarily represent the position or policies of the United States government and the Department of Defense or National Security Agency. The author are mathematic cryptographers at the National Security Agency office. Why would they be doing this? Studying, funding, and getting some of the smartest guys in the world in this to figure out how this would take place. And this was a long time ago before Bitcoin came out. And Satoshi Nakamoto, I believe, is the United States government, is Satoshi Nakamoto, and Satoshi Nakamoto is the United States government, right? The federal government created this, right? The American University Law Review Method. Nakamoto's scheme is much more efficient, and it is based on Brand's scheme, but also will work on Ferguson's scheme. Nakamoto and Oto's scheme is the most efficient of the three, but also the most complicated. It relies on the difficulty of factoring and on difficulty of computing, right? Figure 3, you can see you have a $4 node 1, $2 node 2, $2 node 3, $1 node 4, $1 node 5, right? You take something that was 1 and you can split it left and right and fork it and create, can create, let me get that on there so this stops. You can create forks, just like a hard fork or a soft fork in Bitcoin or any of the other cryptos that fork. This is exactly how this works. Sort of like quantitative easing with the federal government, where if they need money, they'll take $1 and they'll take $1 and give it out to 6 different people. In this case, they're doing the same thing. They're taking $4 and they're splitting it up and sending it out to different places. So now you have instead of 1 node, you've created 7 nodes off of the node number 1 by breaking it down into fractional pieces. Figure 3, a binary tree for a divisible coin worth $4 with a minimum unit of $1. A $3 payment can be made by spending the shared nodes. Node 1 cannot be used in a subsequent payment because it is an ancestor of node 2 and node 6. Node 4 and 5 can be used because They are descendants of Node 2. Node 3 cannot be used because it is an ancestor of Node 6. Node 2 and Node 6 cannot be used more than once. So Node 7 is the only node which can be spent in a subsequent payment. All three of these schemes work by associating a binary tree with each coin of value. Each node is assigned a monetary value as follows. The unique root node, the node at level 0, has value $W. The two nodes. So this is very interesting, and you can kind of see this is exactly how Bitcoin is, the way they do things. And we're going to get more into this, as I do believe the federal government and the criminal gangsters that have infiltrated the United States government, the Federal Reserve, and the world banking system are involved and did create cryptocurrencies. That is my own personal opinion and belief, right? But you can see this was 1994. Single term divisible electronic coins, 1994, engineered by Satoshi Nakamoto. Cryptograph, 94, lecture notes and computer section dot 311.313. 1995, we had a divisible electronic cash scheme by Shiitake Nakamoto. Lecture node in computer science 433. And then in 1991, way back in 1991, so people think Bitcoin just came out of nowhere in the early 2000s. They were working on this for greater than a decade, studying it, researching it, and we're going to get more in depth into this, and we're going to continue to talk about it and expose and educate and explain why I believe the United States government and the National Security Agency came up with cryptocurrencies, came up with Bitcoin, and came up with the rest of it in order to get one day into a cashless society with cashless payments. So therefore they can track everybody anywhere and everywhere they go by connecting their facial recognition software that they already have around the world. And countries like China use it, inner cities in the United States use it, and the cameras are everywhere. And I believe that that's why they studied, researched, and developed cryptocurrencies. So when we go to a cashless system, that blockchain, yep, that's right, that blockchain that everybody thought and everybody said and everybody spieled, all the influencers, that the blockchain was going to revolutionize money to where the people would take over their currency, which was false, because I believe the blockchain, that's right, that blockchain that everyone loved, that every independent, liberal, free government, sound, hard money thought was going to be the key and the king and the creme de la creme. That blockchain will give the government the technology that they need to track every single transaction and know who transacted and what they transaction bought any and every where on the face of the earth with the blockchain in a cashless system. And that is why the blockchain is they had come out to the public in the early 2000s, and now they exploded it specifically and criminally and orchestrated that pump to get everybody now to know what it is. Any and everybody knew what crypto is, sort of how to use it, and got used to that type of deal. And I think it's going to be implemented along with their smart cities and a one world totalitarian socialist communist utopia that they're trying to form, where the government controls everybody in all countries. They give permission for you to go places that you want to go, buy things that you want to buy, and they punish people that don't go along with their socialist communist beliefs or policies. And the way they can do that in a cashless system is just turn your little CBDC off. And if you try to hack or get around it or buy things, they can see, oh, you're not allowed to buy this. So you go to try to buy that and it says declined, right? Government declines your purchase. And I believe you people need to get educated on exactly what's going on. A cryptocurrency will not liberate you anymore than cash does. Cash liberates you because you can buy whatever you want and they have no ability to track you, right? You lose that when you go into a cashless system and a government digital currency, and then you factor in the blockchain that is needed for that, and you have a lose situation, and they're spinning it and spieling it to make it seem like it's going to be a great thing for the average person. when it's going to be a horrible thing for the average person. But as I digress, a little brief technical analysis. The XRP price did get knocked down here by those moving averages the last 24, 48 hours. And if the buyers don't come in, you're going to retest that 42 cents that we've been talking about, right? And then if you broke that, that's where you would have to start worrying to where you could come down into this red trading zone, the VP volume indicator right in the middle of where the shithouse, the orange trading box is, last line of defense before I accidentally deleted it. Right? And then if you can't hold that, you get down to 37 cents and then maybe down into here, which would be a pretty big fall. If you're trying to get bullish, you got to hold support somewhere in here and maybe make a run at this bottom part of this blue trading zone. That's been major resistance in the recent short term, right? So that is what I'm watching out for with the XRP. If we go into the XLM, and we zoom out here a little bit, that is the daily time frame, we got harshly rejected by this 13 cents like we thought during this whole little brief rally, little relief rally, little short covering, little profit taking, makes the price go up, gets the retail trader in, they get a missed signal, and then bam, it rolls right back over on itself. And that's exactly what it did there. And we're down to about the 10.5 cents. And what looks to be, if you break this 10.5 cents at any point into the future, you're quickly coming back down to the orange trading zone, a la last line of defense, to the shithouse where you would try to get a bounce, but that is a pretty big fall. Just like we shot up here, we will rock it back down because there's not a lot of trading in that area, and that is one of the big problems with the price breaking down right there, as you could have a pretty big substantial fall, and nobody wants to be part of that. And then if we round out with the Bitcoin price, and then I have to go, I got to get back to work. You can see the same thing we were talking about the other day. You got rejected off of the moving averages. We were here yesterday, I believe, got rejected. If you continue to get rejected and you slip this localized area right here, you're going to come all the way back down to the $19,100 at the top part of this blue trading zone in this continuation of a big, epic crypto bear market of the century. Like, subscribe, and share. Peace and love.